Welcome back to a brand new video, guys. Today we'll be talking about a bunch of stuff happening with COVID-19, and we're going to break this down into a couple of steps. We're going to start with the general coronavirus situation. I'm going to make that pretty brief because we have a lot of stuff to cover today. Then we're going to talk about the United States and specifically California, what is going on in California. There is a lot of stuff going on there. We're going to talk about the United States in general. There's a bit of news also on that front. And then we're going to talk a little bit about Italy, show a couple of videos, and end it on a pretty good note. So, without any further ado, let's start. And let's start with looking at the numbers. We have 276,104 new cases, 91,952 recovered. Our death rate has gone up 11%, and our recovering rate 89%. So we're looking at an increase, as you can see right here, for the closed cases and death rate. All right, that peak is still going up, not seeing it going any down, which is worrying some. But anyway, all right, let's go over here and let's look at the calculation that I've made here for you guys. So yesterday, Italy had 5,986 new cases, and considering all the deaths and the recovered, Italy is facing a 44% death rate as of yesterday. The United States instead had a total of 3,381 new cases yesterday, and it's facing a 64.2% of death rate, which is still very high, but slowly, I'm pretty sure this will start going down. People will start getting better. We're just at the beginning. Hang tight, guys, because this is going to be a pretty interesting roller coaster ride. So, I'm going to close the general coronavirus situation as of right now, and we're going to go on to the United States and specifically California. So, first piece that we need to look at is the fact that prisoners are being released in Los Angeles. I actually have an article right here. California releases more jail inmates for coronavirus crisis, and apparently 247 people are being released from the Santa Rita jail. Everywhere, pretty much. They're releasing these prisoners. I've heard that these prisoners had minor crimes, thankfully, but the Human Rights Act pretty much is coming into play here, and that's why they are pretty much releasing these prisoners. Then next up, we have the fact that there is a high prediction of the number of Californians that will be affected from this virus. I will not reveal the number because I feel that that is pretty much all the California population. I think that's too much, but it may be true. I really don't know. But anyway. And then from these expectations, California is saying that is really not ready for what is actually to come, which is very worrying in my opinion. But uh, hang tight, keep yourself at home, don't go to big meets, and just stay with family, and everything should be pretty good. Other thing, airlines. Airlines are still flying in and out from airports, way less than they were normally, but they still are flying a bit in and out. We're seeing a decent decrease. They definitely will stop any type of flying once the United States reaches the pretty much the same situation that Italy was in not long ago, and still is actually, because Italy is just skyrocketing up there with almost 6,000 new cases and a 44% death rate. Other thing about California, as of today, actually, the 20th of March 2020, there was an executive order that was issued from the governor of California. It's encoded with N as in Nancy 33-20. Pretty much what this says, I'll pull it up right here for you. This is pretty much what it is right here. It's 2 pages, and it's signed by the governor of California. And what it's stating is that California is not under lockdown. It is not under lockdown, but they advise and they order people to stay home and just go out for when needed. Actually, sorry, it was March 19th, 2020. Sorry for that. But pretty much what they're saying is you're allowed to go out if you are working for one of these 16 critical infrastructure sectors, and for seeing loved ones and for doing the grocery shopping, but nothing more. Big gatherings are restricted. Even small gatherings are restricted completely. It's not lockdown though. They did want to make sure that that was clear, that it's not a lockdown. But you're allowed to read this for yourself. I will put a link in the description to all of the things that I'm going to show you here today. All the links will be in description, so you will have a chance to see them. All right, so next up, let's talk a tiny bit about what pretty much I've heard lately also in my area, and I've heard that there have been less accidents. Accidents are less common because of the less people driving, but the accidents that do actually happen are of a bigger intensity. Just a couple of days ago, in fact, a semi truck did overturn on the 405 freeway and actually broke the concrete barrier in the middle and came onto the other side. So one thing that I do want to make sure is that people do exercise caution while still driving and still obey the road rules that are normally made. Just because there is less traffic on the road does not mean that you're allowed to go faster and put yourself in danger and other people in danger as well. All right, so let's move to point number 3. We're going to look at the United States in general. Um, and we're going to start with the fact that there's small business owners will be able to get loans for a small or at even no interest rates, with hypothetically the chance of not having to pay back part of the loan, which is very interesting. And I don't know how the government is going to be able to do that, but I do have uh, an article to show you for that. Here it is, coronavirus, small business guidance and loan resources. Apparently, you're going to have to apply for this. It says small business owners in the following desired states are currently eligible to apply for a low interest loan due to coronavirus COVID-19. And California is one of them. There's most of the states pretty much all over here. And you can have a feel to read pretty much all this if you want. If you are a small business owner and you want to apply for this and you feel like this is something that could be good for you, do so. Do keep in mind that yes, the government is putting a lot of money out there for this whole reason, but do keep in mind that most of the money will be used for medical reasons because the whole core of the situation is to try and make sure that we can overcome this whole big pandemic. So, moving on, we have a document from the government was leaked not long ago, and this document was stating that there will be deposits made in people's accounts from the government. Let me pull the article here for you. Here you are. In fact, Senate Majority proposed direct payments of $1,200 per person and $2,400 for couples as part of a sweeping Republican response for the coronavirus outbreak, according to a copy of the legislation obtained by the Associated Press. Now, a document was leaked, and in this document, it also stated that $500 would be paid per child. Now, I'm not really sure if this is going to be every month or not. This is unknown, but one thing that we do know is that there is a document out there and that it's actually been confirmed apparently by the government, and it's true. So I will definitely update you on that situation once we know more about it. And moving on, we have the fact of also the possibility of auto loans and mortgages that will be suspended for the time being. Especially mortgages will be suspended for a year. That's exactly what they're working on right now. That is also to mean that rent will not be taken from people because the landlord is not paying the mortgage. Therefore, the people that live in the home will not have to pay rent for probably a year. And we're going to keep ourselves tuned also on that type of side of the situation. Now, last thing, in terms of the United States, the government is starting to commandeer factories for the production of gloves and test kits, which is very interesting because the same thing kind of happened uh, in World War II, where in Germany, the government commandeered factories that were making vehicles to make airplanes. Kind of the same situation here, but instead of being airplanes, it's gloves and test kits. And in addition, the government has been taking over high quantities of gloves and masks, taking them away from private parties and businesses, supposedly for hospital reasons around the United States, which I totally understand. And I just want to get that out there for people to understand why, there is a shortage of gloves and possibly also disinfecting wipes as well. So, having said that, we're gonna go to our fourth piece of topic, which is Italy. And I'm gonna show you a small video, and I'm just gonna talk on top of this video. So, in this video, pretty much what they're talking about is the fact of this association ANA in Bergamo that has been putting up a hospital camp. As you can see right here in the pictures, they have these big areas. One thing, this association of ANA is a nonprofit association that has helped in a lot of disasters like this one right here of an earthquake, and they've brought a lot of help, and they're coming back to the rescue again today, putting up tents and starting a camp. They also did say, and the gentleman here is in the meantime saying that they are also helping to bring medications to those people that are locked in their houses. So they feel like it's one of the good things to help with, and the provinces have asked the help of the ANA for that reason as well. Now, I would like to share with you guys a pretty dramatic video about what the hospitals are actually looking like right now in Bergamo. And this is something that people don't really see. The press was asked to come in to make a video about all this. So let's play this video. As you can see, these people are on respirators. You can see these big bubbles on their heads. Those are the respirators right there. People are as well stacked also in the corridors. As you can see, there's one here on the left, two, and then there's a third one right here, and a fourth one. So the fact is, there's not enough space in the hospitals for people, and therefore they're putting people in the corridors of the hospitals as well.
Triage.
All right, so let's go off this this video. This video actually was purposely taken. It comes from a notable source, the Corriere dell'Umbria, which is pretty much the newspaper of one of the regions. Let's go to a nicer note. In Germany, some people realize what struggle Italy is going through, and they decided to put out this video where they would sing this Italian song, which is a pretty well-known song. And I wanted to share this with you as well, because it's a very great gesture that these German people did. So I'd just like you to take a look.
Carissimi amiche e amici italiani, in questo momento difficile per tutti noi, ma soprattutto per voi, ci teniamo a farvi sapere che vi siamo molto vicini. Siamo stati molto colpiti e ci siamo particolarmente emozionati nel vedere le vostre reazioni all'isolamento mentre cantate dai balconi di casa. Abbiamo quindi deciso qui a Bamberg, nostra città bavarese, in questa via, di unirci al vostro coro e di cantare per voi la canzone di libertà per eccellenza, mi scusate. Bella ciao! Ci auguriamo tutti che questa canzone possa costituire l'inno di liberazione del virus. Un abbraccio ai vostri amici tedeschi. Grazie.
So what the translation of this is basically is that these Germans have noticed the whole thing about Italy singing outside of their terraces, their balconies, and therefore they decided that they also wanted to be part of this movement, and that they're going to be singing one of the most popular and one of the most inspiring songs that you could sing right now in Italian. So I'd like you to see the way that they do this.
Allora cantiamo. 1, 2, 3 e...
So I feel like that was like a great move on part of Germany. Germany is having a lot of issues right now too. They had over 3,000 cases, I believe, of coronavirus in the last day. So they're starting into this road with us as well. And I'm gonna end up this video with just showing you a couple of different provinces of Italy singing again from the balconies, showing pretty much how much they are doing to react to the whole situation.
Noi restiamo a casa! Noi come grigio è troppo azzurro e lungo per me.
La maleducazione, la tua brutta figura di ieri sera, la tua ingratitudine, la tua arroganza, fai ciò che vuoi mettendo i piedi in testa. Che succede? Dov'è il buco?
Okay, so I'm gonna finish with saying what this sign right here means. The translation of this sign pretty much means if we respect the rules, everything will be okay. And I'm going to end up the video with this exact message, that if we do respect the rules, everything will be okay. As we said, we're all in this together. We're going to get through it together, and we can only do it if we actually, everybody, help each other. With that being said, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next news video.
Portami via, che mi sento di morir.